Hey, so this is Oakley's recap for training today. Um, Again, we refocused on impulse control. I also wanted to see his duration and thresholds of things. So we did place in the front lobby, peak drop off time. So what I love about this is not only you can kind of see it from his perspective, but you can also see his tail when he's like, "Oh, I'm interested," and he catches himself. We did treats, we did dogs, we did people, we did walking away from him. Can I turn my back on him? What does he do when he's not actively being commanded at that moment? I put treats up at his nose level. I put treats right by his feet. I really was trying to mess with him on if I'm told leave it, I have to leave it. And not just that, but also how long can I leave it? We did this for about 20 minutes this morning, and I reinforced him coming off his cot and praising him, but also body pressure, a lot of body pressure, and having him help focus. But also, dogs are going to be coming in and out. Right there, dog comes in, getting dropped off. He has to ignore it and get right back on. He did really well, but he did push his boundaries. And so that's where how can I help him stack commands in longevity? Because ultimately, when he gets in trouble at home, is he's getting in trouble with you guys when you're not paying attention, when you're doing something else. So I wanted to help reinforce, hey, you got to focus. So we had fun being ridiculous with him on Leave It. And you can kind of see when he has success and when he doesn't. Right there, I'd released him, he got a big reward, and then we go right back onto it, do it again. But I would recommend trying doing some place commands while you're cooking dinner, you're watching Netflix, something that when you're relaxing, and be ridiculous with them. Can you throw a ball back and forth? Can you play wall ball? And he has to watch it go back and forth and leave it at the same time. Now, later on in a little bit in this video is an example of, I call it like the torture alley, but we'll talk a little bit more about it to really reinforce that he has to focus on you. But enjoy. I'll hop on once we switch videos, but enjoy him working on his place command for the next few seconds. So this is a little bit later in the day. I have been trying to find things that he really enjoys and thrives off of. So this is us playing fetch with the frisbee. He absolutely loved it today. He brought it back to me, and this is where I reinforced you have to sit and drop it or sit and let go of it, and then we get to go play fetch again, or then we get to have a treat again. When we reinforce excitable behaviors and reinforce the leave it commands, the drop it commands, the give it to you and sit before you commands, it reinforces the good expectations when we are not in a play moment. And I let him have his little victory right here. He does a loop around me, but he eventually comes to me, which is what we wanted. So I wanted to add this in here of how do we have fun in a positive manner and at the same time reinforce those good expectations. Now, right here is our struggle bus today. So I have what I like to call like it's an alleyway of Leave It. There are two things on either side of him that are safe if he does get them. So a puzzle feeder and a towel with some toys and treats buried inside of it. So this is where, can we walk through it? Can we play fetch through this? He has to walk around the Leave Its, and these Leave Its are long duration Leave Its. So at this point, we've been at it for maybe 15 minutes. And this is really, I wanted to put in the parts where he really struggles. He really struggles with this. This is the first time I've done this type of Leave It command, and this is where eventually I'll add more chairs and I'll make them closer together. But right now he has to leave the things alone. So we don't always get to practice Leave It, and usually what he goes for when he goes for things is when you're not paying attention to him. So setting up the situations where he knows, ooh, that's mine, or ooh, I like this. So putting something on the coffee table, putting something on the kitchen counter while you're actively working around and walking it can help reinforce those Leave Its and help reinforce the impulse of, I don't just get to dive bomb for the things. So playing fetch and doing other stuff while you're doing this helps him learn, like, it's always a low level of Leave It in the background. We struggled with this a lot today, but it was a good start with this practice, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see not only our successes, but also when we struggle. But good work today.